welcome back to some more Mondaiji on Metanorn. Episode 4 review this time. And last time, I guess they were showing off the vampire girl, which I think she appears this week, so be something exciting with that if you're a fan of that type of thing. It's good though, I like it. This episode picks up with Kasuke. I know everybody's been saying that they tired of saying you, so we're going with that name from now on, Kasuke. She's still recovering from fighting Galdo last week, the giant hacker thing. Demon, cat, whatever you want to call him. And during that, there's a little talk between Isaiah and Kurosage. They're talking about, I guess he asked her a straight up question like, why don't you participate in the games instead of everyone else? And she's kind of like, well, the rabbits are they've been kind of cut off as referees / judges of the games, but she could become a participant if she took a bunch of different steps to becoming, I guess, eligible for that. They didn't really go into detail what those were, but I assume there's more than one rabbit because obviously there are games going around. So maybe we'll see them eventually. All the other rabbits that are like her. After that, Kurosage kind of leaves to go check on other things, and Isaiah is sitting there, and he senses a presence, so he's like, you can come out of hiding, and it's the little vampire girl from, all the episodes building up at this point, and she reveals herself as Letitia, and I guess Kurosage said before that she was a former demon lord, and she respects her, likes her wisdom and all this. And I guess they're good friends. So she's not really evil then. She's not the bad guy we're looking for. So former demon lord kind of tells you she lost her rank, and she even explains to Isaiah that she lost. She basically belongs to someone. So someone owns her right now. So you might be find the master later on in the episode type of thing. But after that, Isaiah was kind of like, well, if you're this great demon, he just wants to challenge us to a duel. And their duel is kind of funny. They have, the object of the game is each participant uses a lance, and if they throw it at the person, if they get hit, they lose, basically. So, Letitia flies in the air and throws her lance with, like, it's not, I don't know what she was just doing it, was throwing it, and Isaiah kind of like steps up, punches it and launches it back towards her, and she kind of just says something like, "Oh, he has this great power, then that means I can leave it to them." So it's not like she was fine with dying right in that moment, because after all, she's a slave owned by someone else, and I guess Kurosage kind of jumps in the way, saves her, and she's like, discovers that she lost her vampire powers, so she's kind of, I guess her strength has been cut in half. Which, if you're gonna keep someone a vampire as a slave or something, you can't have them in full power, I guess. It works, because you don't want to handle that. The way they worded it is she gave up that to maybe visit them. Maybe the owner of her gave her the one chance, okay, you can go visit them if you give something up, type of thing. So, they did that. And before they could talk to her or anything else, these guys with Roman armor show up they have these flying shoes, and they are using this Gorgon beam, which turns you into stone. But there's a little bit of a Greek mythology play around here, which takes place, takes up most of the episode. I was just thinking about different things like that, because later on you find out that the guy that was waiting for Shirayasha is actually Perseus, and if you know Greek mythology, there you go. It's kind of funny they put that in there, random, so it works, whatever. I mean, Campione did it, so there's other shows that have done it, so it's not entirely brand new to me. But yeah, they used the Gorgon beam, turns Letitia to stone, and they take her away. But during that moment, Kurosage kind of gets angry, and she's really pissed off. Hair starts glowing, powers up, and she summons his lance like a spear, or a trident type thing. And she's, kind of furious, but they're taking her friend away. And she tries to chuck it at the the random guards, and they're all freaking out, like, oh god, it's a replica, it's not real. And she's just like, you want to test that theory? So she's about to throw it, and Isaiah kind of grabs her ears and pulls her. And he's like, stops her. So those two kind of argue for a bit, and realizing, oh, the guards that took the t-shirt they're gone. So it's so they're back to square one. Another missing friend, I guess. And yeah, that was kind of funny watching Isaiah and Kurosaki. I think they make probably one of the best couples in this show. Well, I mean, there aren't really many couples you can pair him up with besides the two other girls, which seem to be not interested in any of that at all. And I know Kurosaki is not either, but just saying. Every time you see them together, he's pulling her ears. So to me, it signifies, oh, there's something there, even though I know it's not canon, but whatever. I still like it. So then we go back to with Shirayasha talking to Perseus, and those two are going back and forth. And he's, I don't know, he's kind of a creepy guy. He's creepy towards women anyway. He was like, because there's a maid pour him a drink, he was kind of like touching on her and everything. She just kind of pours his drink and then leaves. Like, just rushes to get out of there. And he kind of threatens Shirayasha, like, you know, I think she could take him in a heartbeat. But he's like, he flicks his collar on his neck and he's like, I'm assuming it's a bomb or something. Or maybe it's a limiter. Like, kind of like they have in Psychic Dead Children. If he takes the collar off, maybe his power is like tripled. I don't know. It was kind of weird. She kind of like backed off and let him sit there. So, with Izayo and Asuka and Kurosaki go to Shirayasha's place to kind of strike a deal with Perseus, but he's not interested in helping them at all. He don't care. But the only thing he's interested in is a trade. He's like, I'll give you the vampire for you. You trade yourself for her. Because he's like, if you think about a vampire, especially a young girl, no power, trapped in a dark room, he's like, that's kind of leaves her open for all kinds of stuff. And Kurosaki is just, I think Asuka and her both kind of got angry because, well, especially Asuka, she tries to use the command thing on him and it works for a little bit, but he breaks out of it easily. Kind of tells you that her power is not almighty. It can be stopped by a higher rank, someone with higher power. So, you know, Kurosaki is kind of like, no, I don't. Telling Asuka to calm down. Like, you know, I'll handle this. But in the end, almost towards like the end, she's kind of like gives up hope. Kurosaki's like, I'll do it because I don't want my friend getting hurt. And Perseus, this version, he's kind of a pervert. Like, you know, like I said, he's kind of creepy. He's perverted. He's only interested in one thing. It's with Kurosaki. And yeah, there was a funny bit before that when they were joking around about her legs that belong to so and so, because he makes a comment that to Kurosaki that those legs can belong to me, yada 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 and all that. So, but towards the end, they actually arrives at Perseus' little mansion place and presents in these two little orbs, and he's like, these are, you know, Gorgon, I guess, eyes. That's why I took it, because here's how Izayo fought some demons and he fought the Kraken, basically. Some more Greek mythology thrown in there, along with Medusa's head and all that. But yeah, and I guess to his clan or group, what you want to call it, community, I guess what it is, he takes that as he can't back down type of duel. He has to accept it, because I guess some unwritten law. But I'm assuming Izayo and him are going to fight next time. Like that, I don't know if that's going to happen. He's kind of not interested in fighting weaklings, according to him anyway. He's wanting to fight demon lords, and that's all he cares. Which has been the thing I said in the last 3 episodes, but it's kind of crazy. I'm still wondering about him, though. Speaking of him, it's like he's wearing these headphones. I'm waiting for him to reveal he's like an elf or something. Maybe he's from that world originally. I don't know. I think that would be pretty kind of weak, actually. That was the big reveal. Or his parents were killed by a demon and he's looking for vengeance. I don't know, something stupid. I just predict something dumb with him, because they're building up so much with his power, and it's like, we know the other two story. We know their story. It's like, can you tell us yours already? I mean, you only have a couple episodes left to get it out. And I think the last thing I want to mention is the Greek mythology part. I'm wondering what else are they going to pull from? Are they going to pull from Japanese lore, things like that? Because the different groups, I'm assuming, represent different like cultures or different areas. So it makes you wonder what's number one. You know? Because I think it'd be cool if there's like a group that relies on technology. Like their greatest thing is tech. There's guys that do magic and so on. You get all these different unique type of groups. But I think Perseus obviously represents Greek mythology to me. So, what else do you think they'll put in there? Anything I may have not thought of? There's Roman mythology. You can throw that in there. They can do all kinds of stuff with this series. And the last thing I will say is, Kurosaki still remains to be the funniest thing in the show right now, or cute is whatever you want to call her. I mean, I know she's there for fan service. They obviously play that up, especially with Shirihasha from last episode. Anyway, that's been my episode review of Mondaiji episode 4. Take care and see you later.